Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Bradley Bombs is dropping.
What it is, Bradley back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I've got a real treat. I've got a double dose of Hyder. Double dose of Hyder, folks. Nick and Rhiannon Hyder. Welcome.
What's up?
Hello.
And you got a microphone there.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you guys are wondering, well, who are these peeps? Well, they're a couple out of Nashville, Tennessee. Basically have a successful company or two. And have been entrepreneurial your whole life. You had bars before, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to invite them on to drop some bombs about frickin' building businesses, challenges and otherwise, or maybe even opportunity. Why? Well, because the Nick Hyder team, or is it just Team Hyder?
Team Hyder.
You get tighter with Hyder?
Absolutely.
Dude, I'd say, if I were you, I'd be like, fucking, how you doing, Nick Hyder? Like a UFC fighter. And if I was you, I'd say, and I'm Rhiannon, like a motherfucking cannon. I'm Nick Hyder, like a UFC fighter, and this is my girl, Rhiannon. She like a freaking southern cannon. Anyway, I don't know why I always come out with my southern accent when people from Nashville come up. Do you ever do that?
I think ours is pretty natural at this point. I don't know if we can get away from it, yeah?
No. You guys have a little bit of a southern drawl, for sure. But like Coach Burt has more of a southern drawl.
Okay.
You know, you guys don't sound totally southern. But people ask me, are you from Texas? All the time. Because I think they think I've got some sort of draw. And people do say, you do. And I say, no, I don't. They're like, see, you just said, no, I don't. And I'm like, I didn't say, no, I don't. I said, no, I don't. And they're like, see? And I'm like, whatever, dude. Let's say I'm from Texas then. So now when people say, where are you from? I say, Texas. They're like, I can hear it. But I'm not from Texas. You guys born and raised in Nashville?
Yes, sir.
Both of you?
Yes.
Born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, folks. And by the way, Nashville's might end up being my new spot.
Let's go.
Well, it's just a cool town. Everybody that I've met from there loves it, you know. But we'll see. So Rhiannon the Cannon.
Yep.
Huh? Are you on Team Hyder? Other than being the wife?
Yes, I am on Team Hyder.
So you work in the office every day?
Right next to Nick. Our desks are right next to each other.
Amen.
Who do people think are in charge?
They know I'm in charge.
That's right.
They know who runs the show most of the time.
Now, do you guys have all the processes down?
Well, they're forever evolving, but yes, I'd like to think that we've got a pretty good grasp on it and an ability to share it with others, right?
That's right.
Well, let's do this first. Let's go back a smidge, just so people figure out who you are, where you came. Now, you weren't owning bars and you didn't have 70 agents. It was before that.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys known each other?
Go
We
ahead.
met in 2001 when we both were working at a bar. I think he asked me out for about 7 years before I said yes. Matter of fact, I tried to hook him up with my friend. So we worked together on and off for quite a while. And then finally said yes and, had a son about, 12 months, not even 12 months later. So
Needless to say, you started humping.
You can call it that.
Yeah. You started humping. Now then did you get married because you got pregnant?
We did not. Well, no, we didn't get married until 2014. So,
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was.
You guys were a progressive couple.
Yeah,
Living in the Bible Belt.
that's right.
That's not normal.
We were doing
No.
things.
Were your
completely
parents
backwards.
disappointed with you?
They've been amazingly supportive of all of our mistakes and successes alike.
Yeah, but usually, real conservative Bible Belt, especially daughters, they want daughters to be married before they have any kids. You basically had a kid before you got married.
I did, and my parents were. You do what you feel is right. If you feel like you want to marry him, but not just because you had the baby. So.
Well, good. Huh, see, I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like create a toxic environment for them and the baby because they think that that's what they have to do. You shouldn't have to do that shit. Anyway, we talked about my story, but this one's about yours.
Yep.
So keep going. So you had a baby. You met in 2001, fell in love. You ever see Heart to Heart?
No.
You might be too young. That show started out, and when they met, it was mighty.
We don't hear that we're too young much anymore, do
No.
we? So that was awesome. Let's
Well,
stay right there.
I'm an old man, you see. I'll be 70 next year. Okay, so you didn't have any money though.
No.
No, I was still bartending. He was working for his dad at the ball field. I mean, we kind of just did what we had to.
How much a year were you making?
Not even 30,000.
How much were you making?
Combined, we didn't even sniff 50 grand a year. When I mean, we did good. You can do good in Nashville at the bar, but I mean, like when we first kind of started hanging, I guess you could say, combined, I don't think we even sniffed 50 grand.
Damn, isn't that crazy?
It is. It's
Huh?
come a long way.
It was crazy and it sucked. It was not fun.
Well, and that's why I'm going back, because I want the old bomb squad to listen to what's going on. So regular folks, regular families, you know, a little bit slutty, I guess. Just joking. But regular, no money, nothing was handed to you, right? Okay,
No.
Then what? When did you start to decide to become entrepreneurial?
Well, when we met and we were in the bars, we were pretty good at that. Working for other people, those businesses grew. We learned the promotion, we learned the execution, we learned all of it full circle. That was my off-season job from professional sports, is the bar where we had met. It was, I think the first year when I first started, I was what they called their promo squad. Basically, I just went outside and on Broadway and handed out free, hey, get in free, and I'll buy you a drink if you follow me in there. That was my first job in the bar, and she was the hot beer tub girl or the shot girl or whatever else that everybody just kind of stared at all night
So
long.
you worked at the same bar?
Yes,
Before or after you were dating?
way before. So that was how I met her.
So you were just looking at a hot beer girl, and what'd you think of him?
I literally he was in the friend zone all the way. I was trying to hook him up.
Did you be like, oh, he's nice, look at him?
Yeah, that's about as far as I got.
Who are you looking at?
Everybody. I mean, just everything
Sure.
else.
See,
all the
now
bad guys.
you never get the opportunity to go back and now get a different perspective. See,
It
now
was
you could go have a conversation with her and say, tell me the truth now that we're off air. What'd you really think? And then she could tell you.
Oh yeah.
I'm always curious as to what people like. In other words, like you're looking at her thinking, damn, I'm going to try to get her. And then she's looking at you probably thinking, shit, good luck, buddy. And then here you are, married, kids, rich.
Hanging out with you.
Well, I wouldn't say rich only because I don't know what your opinion of rich is, but you guys are not doing $50,000 a year clearly anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, now you got 72 agents in your operation, and you basically sell health insurance.
Yes.
Kick-ass health insurance, which everybody needs. What happened when COVID hit? Did that go down or up?
We have had our best month of 2020 every month consecutively so far this year. We've grown.
Now, I know people that said what you just said. I know people with car dealerships that say what you're saying. Sold more cars than ever. Like, for some reason, I haven't found the negative side and the negative impact of COVID financially yet. It seems like everyone I talk to is doing well. I've talked to people that lost their job, and it seems like their check from the government's bigger than the check from the job. And I'm like, when are we going to feel the financial impact? Are they got to stop printing the money?
They do.
And pretty soon, dude, when they stop printing the money, it's like, oh shit, now we're all going to feel it.
Right.
But insurance, people still going to need insurance. People still going to pay for their insurance, health insurance,
especially in the middle of a pandemic.
especially in the middle of a pandemic.
Is hospitalized without health insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in business for sure.
Absolutely.
And health insurance is recurring revenue, yeah?
Yes.
Now, if I'm an agent of yours, do I get recurring revenue too?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's my favorite kind, folks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I wish she had earphones. She can't hear the sound effects.
I can hear them in my head.
right.
I know they're coming.
Is it? It's just vibrating.
Yeah.
But recurring revenue is the best kind of revenue. If people just woke up to the fact that recurring revenue, if you worked twice as hard to get the same amount of recurring revenue as you do non-recurring revenue, it's worth it because it's recurring revenue. Now, you said promotion. You learned promotion. Were you too, or were you still just the beer girl?
I worked during the day. I worked at a doctor's office
In Nashville.
Yeah.
So you've been working in these honky tonks, dealing with fucking drunk cowboys for a long ass time. You probably heard it all.
Since I was 19, and I'll be 40 this year. So yeah.
And you've seen fights, bar fights, chicks with their titties out. You've seen it all.
everything.
Oh my gosh, the stuff that we've seen.
Hey, if you guys ran the bar business in Nashville, because dude, Nashville's nuts.
Yes.
Like, dude, when did it start becoming Nashville? Like, it hasn't always been that way. It was before actual, cowboys and locals in those places. But it seems like nowadays, Nashville's where all the bachelorettes go. And, everybody's starting to go to Nashville like it's Vegas.
Yeah.
I think it was probably after the flood that kind of put us on the map for a few things.
What
and then
flood?
The 2010 flood.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I never heard of it.
It was pretty bad.
What happened? The
It was
whole
a
town
natural
flood?
disaster.
Yeah.
The river did, and it took out. Oh my gosh, it was devastating.
Explain where the water was downtown where I stay.
It was on 2nd Avenue all the way up to Broadway.
So I'm at the Omni looking down. Is there water?
If you walk out that front door and walk just about 500 feet down, you'll see water. I mean, it was.
So it didn't come up to the Omni?
No, what avenue is the Omni?
It's right across the street from that big guitar-shaped building.
Yeah, it's like 10th or 11th.
Right across from that where the Predators play.
So it was on further down because the slope goes down. But
yeah, Broadway's downhill.
Yeah, right there on 2nd and Broad, right in front of the river, and even the bar that we were owning at the time. I mean, our basement had 10 feet of water. You couldn't even go downstairs, and that's where we kept all of our equipment, all of the extra, alcohol and
the safe.
beer. Yeah, the safe, all the money. It was 8 to 9 feet.
When the safe was open, you remember that scene in the Titanic at the end when they finally find the safe and they open it and all the nasty stuff comes out? That's exactly what it looked like after when the water had receded and everything had dried. Everything was ruined. The baseball fields that we run were totally underwater, and there was in the batting cages where there's nets in those cages, there was like dead fish that were like this big hanging out in there, and I mean it was a disaster.
You have to look
Absolutely
at some
devastating.
pictures.
That reminds me, you want to go back to your old baseball career. You were saying something last night that I liked. You said you weren't the biggest, you weren't necessarily the fastest, but you just kept showing up so long until enough of them quit and you were the only one left or something like that.
Pretty much. Yes.
That's funny. But dude, it's also true.
Yes.
Like, dude, a lot of people can win just by consistently showing up enough times to where eventually you're going to get your shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you knock on a door long enough, it's gonna open.
Mm-hmm.
It might not open in the first 6 days you were knocking on it and you give up and walk away. You stay at that door and you knock on that son of a bitch long enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's eventually going to fall down.
Right.
It'll open.
It will.
That's with anything.
And most people, I don't know why they won't just stand there and knock on it until it falls down. Once you make the decision to knock and you commit to it, period, you have no choice but to stand there and knock until it opens up.
Yeah, well, people, I think, quit because they change their mind or rationalize why what they wanted is no longer what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I caught myself doing it the other day. I'm like, I don't really need $1 billion. Like $1 billion, shit. Like 500 million be fine,
Sure.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even like 116 liquid. Like, imagine $116 million. That's yours.
Yep.
Now go live.
Yep.
Like, dude, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
116 million. Far from $1 billion. And I've caught myself going, well, maybe I don't need $1 billion. 116 million be good. Let me just retire. Well, number one, I got to snap out of it. How do you snap out of it?
Well, for us, it was standing there and knocking on that door until it opens up. It's really inconvenient. And everybody comes to a place where commitment and convenience collide, and the commitment has to win. You know what I mean? So, and so most people, when they don't, there it is. Most people, when they
She doesn't
turn around
even
and
know
walk
you
away,
got one.
most people, when they walk away, it's just because knocking on the door got inconvenient. You know?
Yep. Or they change their mind.
Or they change their mind.
You can change your mind, folks.
Absolutely.
Okay, I started a lot of businesses before I started these ones. And, you know, if I never gave up, well, then I wouldn't be doing this. So at the end of the day, you got to give up sometimes, but it's a decision that you make and a choice that you make. And if you make the decision to knock on the door and after 3 months it doesn't open up and you form a new decision, nothing wrong with that, I guess. But keep in mind, you would have knocked one more week, that door might have opened up. So just be sure when you're making the decisions of, okay, I don't want that anymore. And if you do want it, then keep fucking knocking. That's the answer. That's the bottom line.
That's it.
That's a bomb right there. Now, go back. You're running the bars. You decided, hey, man, this ain't that freaking difficult. I'm the one filling this place up at night. Like, holy shit, dude, they're coming for us. And freaking Cannon over there.
Right.
And I'm sure Cannon had a bunch of friends. You weren't the only girl at the bar.
No, had lots.
And
of
I've been to
friends.
Nashville. They hire all cuties and little short shorts, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, dude, the places are packed, and you guys are basically realizing, holy shit, dude, I can pack a place. Is that what you thought?
We had done every year I came back from a baseball season, I had a different job. So like first year it's promotions. Second year I got to be the bar back for her. That was like the dream come true because now I had an excuse to talk to her. It's like,
Did
do
she
you
tip
need
you right?
anything? You know, I don't think so.
Oh, you
No,
always
she was
had to.
Rhiannon.
Yeah.
Always takes great care of people. She probably over-tipped me.
No. Well, apparently.
But
But I'm talking about, I'll bet you there's been nights where you just freaking got a shit ton of money and you're like, fuck it, there's 50. Like, I'm keeping the rest.
You had to. You're supposed to tip a percentage of
Yeah.
what you made.
What,
to the
for a bar back? 10%?
20 usually.
20%? Damn. Well, I guess if they're working, that's
Yeah,
good.
and most of the time, the place where we worked, it was called Bar Nashville. That was one of the few places to go that did not play country music. So you definitely worked if you ever worked there because it was busy all
that
the
place
time.
was insane.
Okay, so let's accelerate, even though I wish I could sit here and talk about like how many things you guys have seen. Like, what's the craziest thing you've seen? Have you ever seen somebody humping at the bar?
Always.
That's
yes.
nothing.
What do you mean? Actual humping in the bar?
Oh, yes. On the bar.
Humping.
Yes.
Penetration.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Right in front of everybody.
Right in front of
Isn't that
everybody.
against the law? Didn't they go to jail? Or did
they
they just get tapped on the shoulder?
They get asked to leave.
Did anybody like walk up, set their beer down, tap, and when the guy turns around, say, "My turn"?
I don't know if I ever saw that, but I'm sure it happened.
Well, that'd be funny. Like if I saw some dude just going at it on the bar with his girl, I'd think that's jail cells. Or we're in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You guys ever been to Amsterdam?
No.
Haven't.
Dude, that shit happens in Amsterdam. But anyway, so you've seen that.
Yes.
Damn, I would have bet you didn't. I thought I'd get a no from that one. What's the craziest thing you've seen?
Well, the worst was our friends because they could think that they could get away with anything. So they were the ones that they're probably like, oh Lord, I mean, Cliffy comes to mind right now just because he got kicked out for doing that, and he was our friend, so it was, you know, they thought they had more runway than everybody else.
Were they exhibitionists or shit got carried away? Like
Just carried
who
away.
humps right in front of people at the bar?
Very drunk people.
When the culture's right, the atmosphere's good, the DJ's doing his thing, and like there she is or there he is, and it's just the magic just happens, man.
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I might get like some sort of freaking performance anxiety because everybody's watching and freaking, you know. But that's crazy. So you decided, hey, we can do this. And at some point, now, when did you get together?
2007.
So how you guys worked together for how long before any hanky panky started?
6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 6 or 7 years, you were wanting to freaking get with her, and you were saying, you know, hey, my friend likes you.
Yeah.
But you both were, you know, working at the bar and learning the ropes.
Yes.
And then that's a long time. And then after 6 years, is this when you decided to either start dating, or is this when you decided we can do this? Like, I'm trying to figure out, did you go do it and then it's like, hey, get over here, or did you both quit and go start bars?
Well,
No,
she
was the talent. She had actually worked her way up from beer tub girl to where she was running things. She was the general manager. She was the number one. She was in charge.
Were you still the bar back?
I did every job there was.
She was your boss?
I bartended. You know, at one point in time when I was DJing, she sure was.
I signed his
Were
checks
you guys W-2 employees?
No.
at that time.
You were. I was
Yeah,
not.
I was. But
What were you?
I was considered a individual contractor because I was a DJ rendering services.
Oh man, I could just picture all this. Dude, it's funny too because these, especially I would imagine bars and restaurants have this subculture. Just like cruise ships. You know, there's more going on below a cruise ship than on the main decks with the guests. You know that?
Oh, yes.
I could go on for days about how knowing, like, if you want to know how to run an awesome nightclub or whatever, go study a cruise ship because they've got it down pat. It's amazing what the cruise directors do and all that stuff.
Yeah, but they're doing more underneath the
Oh,
boat,
absolutely, yeah.
where all the workers are.
And that's no different in the bar business.
No,
Well, I can
we had our
imagine.
best
Yeah.
times after everybody had closed, or after the bars had closed, and it was like, now it's our time to play, you know. So that after hours till 6 in the morning type thing
Yeah.
was a great time.
Pre-kid.
Yes, pre-kid.
So, were you guys alcoholics? Would you get hamburgered, sloppy drunk?
We
No,
definitely.
I mean, we had it. We enjoyed ourselves, but you almost become. It's almost like you can handle way more than any. I mean, most people could not drink me under the table back then.
Did you get sloppy drunk ever?
I occasionally.
Have you ever saw the thing you sent me? You didn't send it to me, but it was called like Uncensored.
Oh, we've never been the Broadway Uncensored. Yeah,
Yeah, I looked it up. All I found was Broadway Uncensored 2.
maybe they had to rename it, or maybe it got took down. I don't know.
Yeah,
Taken down.
but it's just people being drunk, but drunk.
Yes.
And again, I've been drunk 100 times like that. I was stupid, dude. But when I ask people, have you been hamburglared? Oh, trust me, I've been hamburglared.
I mean,
It's
we
not
have.
good. It's not fun. And also, when I'm watching those videos, I think to myself, that might have been me over a fucking dozen times. How stupid did I look?
Yeah.
Especially when they can't talk and they can't walk and they're sitting there like this and you're stone cold sober working in a bar going, shut, dude,
Yeah.
you gotta get out.
Yeah.
Or they're carrying their buddy out and they're all drunk. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Dude, you had to experience it. No bouncing. You ever get in a fight?
Well, we were there to make sure everybody had a good time. So yeah, we definitely dealt with some altercations.
Did you
and such.
ever get in a fight?
No. Well, that's a lie. There was one time on Broadway, literally just walking down the street, and I got punched in the back of the head out of the blue. Still don't know who the guy was. We rolled around for a few minutes until the cop showed up, and I told them what happened, and they were like, "Just you go that way, he's going that way," and it was all good.
Weird.
It was.
So what you're saying is Nashville's dangerous.
No, everybody is so great. The fact that they can, they're coming in droves like that to party like that, because it's still got the Southern charm, and but people want to be around that.
Well, just like here in Vegas, if you live here, you don't go to the Strip, right? You go on the outskirts. That's the way it is in Nashville. Yes, you do what's right if your friends come in town and take them to where they want to go, but then you show them the cool parts of Nashville that if they were just tourists, they would not get introduced to it. They didn't know somebody.
Or accidentally.
Yeah.
Because I always seem to find myself accidentally stumbling into the cool things. I don't know how. I'll go to a town, and I don't go to the main parts. Like if Broadway's the thing, I'm looking for things where it's 15 minutes away in like a suburb strip mall type of thing. Hole in the wall. And that's where the locals are. They're not down there with the hooting nannies.
Yeah, we can get crazy.
The locals did used to go downtown.
Yeah,
Again, something happened after the flood when all the small guys that had places down there, they kind of got run out by the bigger guys, I guess you could say. There's some awesome commercial brands down there now that did not exist 10 years ago. We didn't have Jason Aldean's place 10 years ago. It was called, what was it called?
Or how about FGL?
That did
No.
not. No, that's very new.
Florida
new
Georgia
years.
Lions Bar. So you guys are like anybody that's not famous like that, I think is sitting duck for those famous people. Only because
Yeah.
Jason Aldean's opening a new place. Well, dude, everybody wants to go see what that's going to be about, right?
Absolutely.
And if you walk in there and the guy does it right, well, shit, that's the new spot for a while. Who decides what the spot is? Have you ever like realized, like, in most towns, there's hot spots,
Yeah.
bars that are packed. Then there's bars that are fine, but they're just not packed. Like someone decided that's the place to go, not there. I never understood that.
Promotion. It goes down to promotion and promoters. When we were in the business back in the day, it was your Saturday night. If you did a good job, that basically paid the bills for the whole week. You had a good Friday, and then you'd have some type of awesome Friday promotion to get people in the door. And then if you had a third or fourth night, you relied on promoters to bring in your crowds for then. You had an event, you'd bring in an act or whatever it may be.
Promotion, which is equal to marketing in my book,
Yep.
is imperative, you're saying.
100%.
See, that goes with anything.
Yes.
That's what people don't understand. People ask me, what would you do if you were me and I'm young and you were young again? And I say, I'd learn to market. I'd learn all of the shit you do when you market things.
Yep.
You can end up marketing these and make more in 1 month than people make all year.
Yeah.
And you do it from a laptop. Mm-hmm. See, that's why I like the business you found yourself in, the insurance business, because I know your business only because Lightspeed is used by some of your business.
We love it, man.
But I looked at the business, right? And I know what you guys, I think, do. And I said to you earlier, this is just an opportunity.
Yes.
Like anybody flipping burgers, driving a truck, long hauling or anything they don't like. Because again, I mean, I'd like to be a truck driver maybe. Solitude, out on the road, big old semi. But I'm talking about hard work. If someone's listening with hard work, or you're just not successful in what you do, maybe you're a freaking hairstylist that hates to style hair. Mm-hmm. Hairstylists aren't making a shit ton of money unless you're damn Jose Bear.
Yeah.
I said that just because you're from Nashville, and I figured that's a funny name, but I know some successful stylists. But at the end of the day, most hairstylists are making what, 60 to 100 at the most.
Well,
if they're lucky,
because again, she used to run a couple of large hair salons in Nashville, so she could probably tell you exactly what they make.
Average stylist.
Average stylist, I would say 65.
Okay, so a great one, 100 maybe.
Yep.
On average. Mm-hmm. Well, you have to go to school, you have to be talented, you have to freaking pay your dues. Da 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 da.
You have to promote
there's a
yourself.
lot of people that thought that sounded cool. They get in there, they're not making it, and they're like, "This is fucking stupid," and so they quit. What do? Next thing you know, they're working in an office. Next thing you know, they're, anywhere you go, if you can't make, in my mind, 100 plus, you're just temporarily there. Like, in other words, you're doing that until you find something else, right? But people stay there. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking, dude, I am there, well, then you have an opportunity.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Sure do.
The team does anyway. You have the opportunity. She runs the thing. But at the end of the day, you can literally hire anybody you want, or I don't even know if it's hiring, but it's, you can empower anybody that you want to learn and quickly make at least $100,000 if they're willing to work. So that means when I think of that, I'm like, dude, you know how many people are sitting out there with a shovel in their hand or a job they don't really want, or they got to get up at 4 a.m., which is bullshit. And, they're not happy and they don't realize, and they're not even making $100,000.
Yeah.
They're unhappy, working hard, getting nowhere. And they don't even realize they could fucking call you and get an opportunity to make a couple $100,000 a year. Mm-hmm. What's the top agent make? On
our team, well over, $500,000. The guys that have been here 3-4 years.
So they can do $500,000 a year. Mm-hmm. It's possible for anyone to do it. Male, female, doesn't matter.
There's no cap.
Doesn't matter, though. Young or old, doesn't matter.
No.
If you're 70 years old and got nothing to do, you could fucking crush it selling insurance.
Yes, we give the opportunity gives every agent an opportunity or a chance to solve a problem, and they get paid really well for each problem that they solve.
And then obviously Team Hyder's the collective group of all those people you've trained and
Yes.
and manage or coddle, let's say.
Pro-
What do you do?
could
We
probably say that.
lead.
Lead, that's a
Yes,
good
we
word.
lead.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Rhiannon the cannon.
Yes.
We lead them. Now, do you guys have to still do the selling too, or you done selling? You're just leading now.
You can't lead if you don't want. I mean, first of all, everything that they do, we've already did it, right? So that's the first thing. But the greatest way to give somebody hope for them to do it is to see you do it. So plus,
Yeah, but if you have 72 people, they can see others do it. They just need to see that it's possible. They don't need to see you do it.
that's true. That's true. So I guess it's an extra special treat when they do get to see us do it.
Special treat for who? Well,
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if they get to see her.
why are
because-
you a little closer?
Yeah.
You get on the phone and be like, da 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 da.
Yeah. If I'm on the phone or they sit in my office, it's happening.
Nobody else cares about those people more than she does. I would put that up against anybody.
Well, and not only that, let me tell you, insurance is a fairly intelligent thing to have. Period. Like my first bit of insurance is before I got quote unquote rich. And I said, if I die, I want my family to get at least $1 million. So I could die a millionaire. Like, fuck, if I die and I didn't get to be a millionaire, I would have been bummed. And so I said, dude, insurance is the way to guarantee that you hit that finish line. Right? My family's getting $1 million if I die. Now, again, that means you're worth more dead than alive to your family. How does that make you feel? Because I felt that way. I'm like, son of a bitch. Anyway, I didn't realize that you had to qualify and all that shit, dude. They asked me how much insurance I wanted. I said $10 million. They said, for what? And I said, I don't know, but if I die, they'll get $10 million. They sent out the doctor and all that shit, and they could only get me approved for $6 million. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Because they think you're going to kill yourself or something. Like, why can't someone just go get $10 million worth of insurance?
It's called underwriting, right? And it's basically just risk analysis based
same way.
on.
And if you don't make a certain amount of money or have a certain credit score, you can only apply for a certain
'Cause they-
amount of a loan for a mortgage. Right?
Yeah, but is that because like they look at you and they say, well, if you die, I don't understand why I can't pay for high levels of insurance.
The insurance company is, you pay them a monthly amount of money for them to absorb a certain amount of risk. So if you died with life insurance, then that lump sum goes there. So at that point in time, it's
Yeah, so I say I want $10 million to go there. How much premium is it? Someone should just tell me the premium.
sure.
Now, it's my choice to pay it or not pay it. But if I start paying that bitch and I die,
Yeah. Well, it'll be based on a lot of things, from your age to zip code, past health history.
could you go right now and insure yourself for $100 billion?
It just depends on the carrier and what they're willing to offer. They're
But
all
would it be
different.
likely you can't?
For $100 billion? Probably not. Yeah.
That's my point. Like, dude, I couldn't get, I wouldn't have paid the premium anyway. But I realized you can't just go get any amount of insurance you want. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and that, life insurance is one thing, and a lot of people, it would be surprised how many people don't carry that.
Yeah, USHA is mainly health insurance
Mainly
or
health.
only?
And
No, it's-
supplements.
That's what we specialize
Health.
in. Yes, the health.
Now, see, let's give the bomb squad a little knowledge on insurance biz. Because I'm sure you guys are knowledgeable about the biz too, not just how to sell the policies and all that. So, like, I have what's called an HSA. I've heard that's dumb. And I don't understand why it's dumb. So I put $6,500 tax free into the account. If I spend that during the year on whatever, they pay 100% of anything more than that, right? If I don't spend it, it just stays there and stacks up, right? As tax free dollars. You don't spend shit for 3 years. You have 18 grand in there, tax free dollars, and it just stacks up, and you become your own insured, really, because if something happens, swipe the card. It's an HSA. That's your money, which basically means, you know what it means. It means there's no deductible, copay, nothing. Like, you pay it all, But the cool part is up to $6,500, which means I'm basically self-insuring myself with the little stupid nicks and bumps and bruises. But if some major shit happens, I only got to pay $6,500. The rest is taken care of. Why isn't that not a good deal?
For just having an HSA, an HSA is not necessarily a bad idea at all, right? It's a little bit of a personal preference. Is that accurate, Ree?
It is, and in this business, 10 clients are going to want 10 different things. They also have 10 different expectations of what their insurance is supposed to do. So it's really dependent on what you're looking for. And
but what would a person, an intelligent person, not knowing the insurance game, if you were advising them, what kind of insurance policy, health insurance policy, would you like is the most ideal? Like, which one is a PPO on a third charm level, and don't get the $50 bump. It's never going to pay off, and all that shit. Like, what's like? Where should someone be like calling to get some insurance, and what are the insider knowledge?
That's what we do for them across the 31 states of their amazing United States that we do have clients in, and we find out what's important to them. We find out what it is they're wanting to protect, and then
that answer changes.
Yes,
it does.
Because, dude, to me, ask me the question. Go ahead.
What do you want your health insurance policy to do? What are you wanting it to protect?
I want to pay as little as I can, and get the insurance company to pay everything.
Yeah. So at that point in time, we're just managing their expectations.
Yeah, but isn't that what everybody says?
Not
if you ask me,
necessarily.
what are you looking to protect? I just don't want to pay anything if I get sick or any of my kids get sick or my wife gets sick. And you're in Nashville, so I'm giving you the accent.
Yeah.
I just don't want if the cows get sick, I understand it won't cover the cows. But listen, if my family gets sick, I can't afford that shit, dude. I can't afford them co-pay. So what I need is some policy where I just give you a monthly fee. And if I get sick or my family gets sick, I know that they're going to step up and pay for it. Now, I done heard about some of these other cats. They'll sell you insurance, and then when come time to pay the bill, get sick, they want to deny claims and not help you. You one of them?
We definitely would not recommend a carrier that would do that.
Do you hear stuff like that? See, because that's what I'd be thinking if I was buying insurance. I'd be like, listen, I'm going to pay you all this fucking premiums, and then as soon as I actually need insurance, you son of a bitches won't be there. Because, dude, there's a lot of insurance companies. There's people that work at insurance companies, and their job is to not pay claims or find reasons not to. Like, dude, that's why, I'll give old American Family a plug. I've always used American Family for my car insurance. One time I bought my daughter a car. She crashes it. I call American Family. They're like, oh, we're sorry. Is she okay? Blah, 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 blah. I said, yeah. Boom. The next day, maybe it wasn't the next day, but instantly, without even any phone calls, they called me up and they said, your car's worth, $18,000, and we're going to send you a check for 20 so you can get this and you can get that and you can get this. The car wasn't even worth $18,000. I'm in the car business. I know that. I'm like, dude, they just paid the son of a bitch off without no hassle, no schmassle. And that's when I said, dude, I'm going to stay with them. Why? Well, because it paid off.
Yeah.
It paid off. There weren't any questions. There are companies where I forget which ones, but like in tornadoes and floods, because they're scared, these big insurance companies, like it's in the millions, the damages,
right? And
now they're like, oh, I'm sorry, your house was not qualified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is that? And I know you're not going to say, yeah, USHA does that. No, I know you're not going to say that, but my point is A, do insurance companies do that? And B, what should we ask our insurance companies to see if they're like those? How do we avoid those kinds?
I think you have to have a relationship with someone that you trust to help you work through those things, because there's.
But if USHA dicked me, you can't do nothing about it.
But if I gave you the proper expectations on the front end,
no, you'd just be consoling me. Y'all be coming over going, well, Brad, we're just thinking about shutting down our whole practice. I can't even believe they did that to you, wouldn't you?
Well,
you couldn't do nothing. That was my point. That's the big bad insurance company.
There in any industry, there's going to be people that don't do things as well as they should or like they should. We are lucky that USHA their mission is spot on. It's all about everybody else. It's about taking care of other people.
There you go.
And that's why we're with them. I mean, it starts from the top. And our CEO is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. He's been a huge influence on my life. The commitment, Troy, yeah, mm-hmm. And the commitment versus what was it? The commitment versus convenience thing. I learned that from him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a good one.
Absolutely. He's full of stuff like that. So we've been very blessed to have that influence. You know, without people like him, without the principles that they stand for and all those things, we wouldn't be as successful in the industry as we are, for sure. He gave us the platform to do it.
Well, not in the products, because again, I mean, USHA pays its shit, but the best part about insurance, not necessarily USHA, is it's a good product to have. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good product to have. I've heard a lot of stories where the health insurance saved the family, life insurance saved the family. I mean, I just think insurance is smart to have.
100%.
And when COVID hits, everybody starts to really need it and want it.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's where I was starting out with this. I keep going around in circles with the stories, but I want to get back to, if someone called Team Hyder and wanted an opportunity, assuming they check out and all that, obviously you don't hire anybody, but
right,
they could make themselves a couple $100,000 a year, mm-hmm. working what kind of hours?
It's different for everybody. The day one is the hardest. The first thing we got to figure out is what their goal is that they're chasing for those 12 months, and then we work backwards from there.
Let's assume full blown.
Full blown?
10, 12 hours a day. Is it a hard grinder?
Yeah, because not only are you working on, obviously, if you've just started, you're at a brand crisis. Nobody knows. You have zero credibility in that industry.
Yeah, but you're calling leads. Who cares?
That's a great way to start, for sure. But yeah, I mean, there's, I think, 15 hours a day across all the time zones that you can work those leads. And
let's role play then.
And check out. Sure.
Let's role play.
Okay.
You ready?
Oh yeah.
Y'all the couple. I'm the USHA rep.
Oh man. Okay.
And by the way, I've never sold insurance. You'll be able to tell. But
you're going to hear very little from me, because most time when it is the couple, the caretaker
whoever's in charge.
I wouldn't know that. Yeah, I wouldn't know what questions to ask, because most of the time she's the one that is dealing with the kids and their medical stuff. You know.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, if I'm the USHA rep.
Sure.
I have your name. Someone sent me your name. The Hiders.
Yep. Bring it on.
The Hiders been shopping for fucking insurance, health insurance, right?
Yeah.
Is that the truth? Okay.
Yep.
And you're not on the do not call list. We ran you through that.
Yep.
Okay, good. Because the first thing, folks, I try to teach people is one thing, dude. Like, you want to make sure the people you're looking for are looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
First thing to make sure you check the box.
Yeah.
A lot of times salespeople come and they're like wondering what to do, and it turns out they're not even selling people that want their shit. So in the insurance space, I would imagine if I'm buying leads or someone gives me a lead, first thing I want to know is this person looking for me? And if the answer is yeah, they're looking for what you got. Okay, perfect. I'm calling you. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. My name's Bradley. I'm with USHA. I see here that you were inquiring about some old health insurance.
I sure was.
What kind of health insurance?
For myself and my family.
Are you completely out of coverage now, or?
It ends next month.
Ooh. Hey, we got no time then, do we?
Nope.
All right. So what questions do you got?
What's it cost?
Yeah.
What's it going to cost me?
Well, I can tell you the answer. Okay, whatever you want it to cost.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, I can sell you a policy for $10,000 a month, or I can sell you a policy for $500 a month. It's up to basically what kind of coverage you're looking for. So why don't I ask you just a series of questions, and by the time we're done, I'll be able to give you all the answers. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Fantastic. So tell me, you guys are married?
Yes.
Any kids?
1.
Okay. How old?
11.
Damn. What, boy or girl?
Boy.
What's his name?
Ethan.
Stud, or is he out there like jumping off of shit?
He's a stud.
Oh, okay. So look, that's going to get your premium a little higher, because you guys realize fucking little Ethan's going to cost you, but hopefully, if anything happens, we got you, because like you don't want little Ethan to walk around with a compound fracture, because you guys ain't got the money to get him to the hospital, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we got a month. All right. What else? You know, would I be selling you shit? You guys ain't being very tough, by the way.
Well, I mean, it's
No. Give me what people say to you guys, because you guys ain't closing everybody you call. I talked to a few of those dudes. They're like, you know, it's definitely you gotta put in some work and make some calls, but you know, you definitely make the money. Which means all people that are listening need to understand is it's an opportunity to work and make real money.
yeah.
You know, put down the shovel, put down the pick up the phone, and get yourself sick.
Well,
I'm a poet and don't even know it, but my feet show it because they're long fellows.
Yeah. Well, it's just you've got their attention when you're on the phone with them, but if maybe there's just haven't got their trust yet.
I know, but I want you guys to play for real.
So,
Okay.
Now,
if you say, "Oh, customers wouldn't say that," well, that's why I say you're the customer. You be the customer. I'm gonna be.
Our customers say that.
I'm gonna be the USHA guy. Okay.
yeah. So,
Ring.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? I see that you were searching for some insurance.
I was not searching for some insurance.
What's your name?
Angie.
Angie. I see that you were searching for insurance.
Yeah, I was not. Actually,
No.
I was.
Okay,
and
so let me ask you a question, Angie. You're telling me right now, if something major were to happen to you and you went to the hospital and they slapped one of those big O nasties right in your face, okay, $15K because you took a fucking ambulance. You got that kind of coin sitting around where you ain't going to get a fucking problem.
I don't, but there's
Okay, well
a lot
then
of
guess
people
what?
calling me.
Guess what, Mandy? What was your name?
Angie.
Angie. Sit down. Are you sitting down? I need to talk to you real quick.
I'm sitting down.
Okay, good. Listen, I'm glad I called. Because let me tell you something, dude. You're exposed. Do you realize that? Okay, so you do need insurance. Let's get out of the denial stage. Okay, everybody needs insurance.
Yep.
The question is, what kind? How much?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I want to pay as little as possible, but to cover everything.
Okay, hey, join the club. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody wants. I need to ask you some questions. You know your insurance premium is going to be based off your fucking lifestyle and your choices, correct?
No, I do not know
Well,
that.
sure. Okay, someone has to insure your dumbass. If you're running around skydiving all fucking day, you're going to pay more. Why? Well, because you're a danger to yourself and others.
Yep.
So listen, here's what I got. I got the best insurance in the business. Okay, rates. I got all kinds of them. What we need to do is figure out what we need to get you in place to make your, that certainty, that level of certainty that you want to feel, and then versus, your affordability. So let me just ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay, what's your age?
39.
Damn. Any kids?
1.
Oh shit. How old?
11.
Oh boy, gets the sniffles a lot, doesn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. What kind of car you drive?
A Nissan
What kind?
Pathfinder.
How much is payment?
$600.
What's the interest rate?
Like 3%.
So you got good credit.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Responsible. I like that. Insurance company's gonna like that.
Yeah.
All right, now listen. Let me just let me just fucking type this into my magic machine. Okay, I got the USHA policy 600. Okay, for $329 a month, I'm gonna make sure Ethan. Anything happens to Ethan, boom, bring him to the hospital. You're gonna pay maximum of $250 out of your pocket, and we're gonna take care of Ethan the rest of the way. Okay. Anything happens to you or Nick, okay, done. $500 deductible per occurrence. Okay. Buy your own meds, but we take care of all the big shit. Is that affordable?
It is.
All right. How do we get you dialed in then?
Yeah.
When do you need it to start?
Come on. Let's dial you in.
Yeah. It starts we're already in August. September 1st.
Yeah. So hold the fuck on. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
That froze. I was about to get real angry because, dude, can you imagine losing this whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to do it over,
Mm-hmm.
which we couldn't. We could just do another one.
Yeah.
Right.
So, did I sell you?
You did.
See? Now, look, I'm putting together training for insurance agents. You wouldn't want me to train your agents? Because right now, if you're making it easy, why are you doing that?
Right.
Make it hard.
For sure.
Go ahead. Make it as hard as you can. Okay, ring, ring.
Hello.
What's cracking?
Not you, man.
Hey, hold on a minute. Let's make sure we all know who we are. Bradley, USHA. You were looking for some insurance?
I was.
Excellent. Did you find any?
I did not.
Good. I'm glad I called. Are you sitting down?
I am.
All right. What's your name?
Rhiannon.
Okay. And how do you spell that last name? Is that Hitler?
No.
What is it?
Hiter.
That's Hyder?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, I'm not going to make any promises. Okay?
Okay.
But I'm going to try to get you the help you're looking for. Because
Okay.
you were the one looking, right?
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell me what you need.
Well, I take 7 medications.
Any good ones?
Yeah, I smoke. And I need something that, will maybe enhance my breasts next month, Like,
Will enhance your breasts?
yeah.
Toilet paper. Rub the toilet paper in between them. Okay?
Yeah. And,
Toilet paper in between the breasts grows the breast. At least it grows the ass. Keep going.
And have a husband that has medical conditions.
ED?
No,
Okay,
we got
good.
past that. We're
Okay,
no longer
good.
there.
Okay, good.
And a child that, is
Rambunctious child.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your budget?
$200.
What?
$200.
$200. Now listen, here's what I want you to understand. Let's say you take that $200, you put it in a jar, and a year goes by. How much money you got?
$2,400.
That's right. So if right now you want me to cover you for up to, could be $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 situations. Matter of fact, according to my actuaries, do you realize that kid of yours is going to break a fucking bone in the next 4 years? And you know the average bone break right now at the hospital, if you don't take the ambulance and it's not a compound fracture? Are you aware of it?
No.
Well, you should do your research. Let me send you a text. What's your cell phone? Bang. Go read that article right there. Look, the actuaries say your kid's going to break his arm. The average arm break right now is $16,000. Do you have $16,000?
No.
No, you got $2,400 in that jar. Who's going to have to pay the rest?
I am.
No, I am, because you're asking me to insure you
Yep.
for $200 a month. And fucking your kid's probably going to need $16,000 in the next few years. That doesn't include old fucking Nick over here. Okay? So maybe we raise our thinking a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, what kind of premium's more realistic and comfortable?
$400.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now again, you wouldn't be. Would a customer be responding like this or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so all you have to do is give me leads and a phone, and I can make myself a ton of money.
Correct.
Now is there
You can help a lot of people.
is there anybody in your office doing what I'm doing?
We call it hot seat. Yes.
Hot seat? I just call it take control. Be the expert. Have confidence. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
she's saying the drill. That's what we call the drill
Yeah.
when we role play. Is called hot seat. Yeah.
No, I know, but I mean,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, if somebody's taking control like that, there's no script. Like I that was no script I was using. I was using intelligence, and I was using the ability to sell, close, and persuade people. If you know how to do that, you can say anything and get the job done. Now, some people might have said, "Click," because they didn't like that. Hey, sit on down there, But at the end of the day, do you think I would have sold insurance if I got on the phone? If I came in, let's say I was down and out, okay, got divorced, a little bit of an alcoholic, I'm getting my shit together, I want to see my kid again, I'm on probation. I want a job with USHA. I want to be on the hider team.
If you can get a license, a producer license, an insurance producer license in the state where you reside, then yes, we could have a spot for you. But you have to be able to get licensed to do so.
folks, you just got an opportunity on dropping bizzles. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Bombs and cannons.
Well, again, I just want people that are listening to understand everything we talked about. That might get that might get a few of them past the challenge. And now I'm trying to go, because when I'm listening, I'm going, dude, you just got an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about the story of how y'all got there. Maybe people are wondering still, what does he do? Dude, he's got a health insurance, let's call it an agency,
Yeah.
for lack of better words, with one of the best carriers, right? Is it? I don't want to say it's carrier because I don't know that it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, you've got a post.
It's a company.
Yeah,
we have a policy.
You got a license
Yeah,
to
we
sell
have-
it,
Yeah.
like an exclusive. What'd you call it? Captive.
captive.
Yeah, so you got a captive opportunity to sell a great insurance policy that's covering thousands of people currently. How many policyholders does USHA have? Millions?
Yes.
Yeah, so they've been around a long time.
I don't know the exact number, but they've been around. The last, from 2010 to 2019, the growth was absolutely incredible.
And they've got unbelievable policies to fit any type of family need. And it's quick, easy, painless, and kind of like, smooth and easy?
The ideal client is healthy enough to be underwritten, pay for their own coverage. Obviously, they're not getting it through an employer, and definitely they're not getting. The government's not paying for it.
Do you have employer opportunities where, like, I'm an employer, I employ 50-some people?
Small businesses, 49 employees or less.
Well, folks, you heard it right here. How do they get a hold of you? If you guys want to follow them on Instagram, it's at Team Hyder. You both use the same one?
Well, we both have our personal ones, Nick Hyder and Rhiannon Hyder, but yeah, Team Hyder. The easy way to find us, DM. Obviously, you can schedule an interview direct from our website, teamhyder.com. Yeah.
Yep.
What you got to be in Nashville or down round there?
For now.
No, I said down round there, just so I could communicate to everybody that was down round there.
Round. Yeah,
Down round
there.
them yonder ways. You know, I end up in Nashville, and people are listening to this podcast, they're going to think I'm making fun of them, and I'm going to end up in a bar fight. They're going to be like, I heard you talking about us up there and there and there and there and there. No, I just like, if you ask me, dude, I was, in my last life, I was like a hillbilly in Kentucky or something. Because sometimes I sound like I'm from frickin' Alabama. Why is that? Well, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But have you heard it?
A little more today than usual.
Well, that's because you guys are here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't hear it when I'm normally talking. Right now, I'm normally talking. I don't have the draw, I don't think. But like when Coach Burt gets around, I just turn. I do it exaggerated almost. I wonder if people get offended when I do that. Do you?
No, no, they shouldn't. If they do,
Coach Burt, nobody from the South ever does. They always see. I start going this way right now, but nobody from the South ever does.
right?
I don't know why. I think they think that people, like, I believe if I hear a British accent, they're immediately intelligent, and if I hear a Southern accent, they're immediately stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I feel that way. Is that common in most places?
I don't know if it's common. I guess it's really where you're raised, where you're from.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because people in Tennessee probably don't think that.
No, I mean
Everybody sounds the same to y'all.
we do.
Do you guys like Memphis or Nashville better?
Nashville.
Have you been to the Memphis thing? The Memphis in January, or what's it called?
Their festival,
Yeah.
like their music festival. No, we've never been there.
Memphis in May.
Memphis and Bay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great. Memphis is a great city.
Well, my
Yeah.
buddy Don Hudson lives there, and he said he loves Memphis in May. There's nothing better than Memphis in May. And then you heard that one song, "Walking in Memphis." Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
But you know, there's so many great things to do. I mean, Graceland is in Memphis. That's freaking awesome, right? Even our 11-year-old is fascinated with that place.
Why haven't you ever decided to move out of Nashville? What's this Clarksville?
Clarksville, that's about an hour, I guess west, is it?
Yeah.
Northwest?
Yeah.
That's when you guys had 5 restaurants and bars. We never even got to that.
Yeah.
5 restaurants and bars for how long?
From 2000 and it was Christmas Eve, I guess 2008 when Steve called and said we had been pursuing our first bar. So we started this marketing company in our spare time, and it was when we were going into the bars and taking pictures and then getting traffic to the website to go retrieve those pictures, and we did really well with it. And so we thought, well, we know we're good at the bar thing. Let's go all in and own one. So it was Christmas Eve,
2010.
2010. Was it 2010
Yep.
or 2009?
9.
Yeah,
Right when Ethan was born. Yep.
Regardless, but there was a guy that we knew that was actually a client, and his business was suffering a little bit, and there was an opportunity to go in and buy it from him, and we did. And
But you two? Or did you guys get a group of people?
I had a management group that I owned with 3 other guys, and Rhiannon was our gun for hire. She was our GM. That was when...
Were you guys married, though?
No.
Oh, okay. You're still not married.
We
No.
lived together, had the baby.
Oh, but you guys are together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I say married, I meant together.
Yeah.
Okay, so now...
The Clarksville bar became... I think we had decades, and then...
It was our third one, I believe, and it was a one of my partners was from there, and there's a big college there called Austin P. And we had a amazing spot. Literally, you could throw a rock and hit campus. So it was a great opportunity there. It was a dream of his. I probably would have never looked at Clarksville personally myself. The bar was there for a long time. I think he just finally sold it last year. I mean, it was there about a decade, which is 3 years in that industry. To keep something still new and hot is a challenge.
Oh yeah,
A lot of
it's promotion.
It's a lot of concept turnover.
But it's promotion, isn't it?
Yes.
So you guys really, if you extrapolated the value you took out of operating the bar, other than the operations and whatnot,
Yeah.
it's promotion.
It's promotion and systems. It's promotion and just working things through the funnel. You know, it's Ree was the queen at getting a certain amount of everybody that has a spot downtown can do great revenue from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. But getting people to come in from 8 to 11, that was a challenge back in the day.
How'd you do it?
Nobody was better than her.
Music, what?
Well, we did a few things. I mean, depending on what season, but people would host these things called happy hour parties. And I would have a girl that you would literally come in, fill out your name, and we would draw names. You know, everybody technically won.
We were collecting data from the people on the dance floor. The girl would walk up and be like, sign up for a happy hour party. And she'd give her name, phone number, and email. And then we were going to be calling them.
And then we would try to book at least 25 to 30 of those parties to bank on 50% showing up. And I had a certain number to hit, and I don't recall me never hitting that number, whether it...
So you were a closer.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
And now you still a closer.
Always.
Higher on a higher level now.
Much higher level.
And you guys don't know Coach Burt?
Not personally. We love him, though. We love keeping up with this stuff.
Why wouldn't you hang out with Coach Burt?
He's awesome.
though?
I'd love to.
Well, why don't you?
Let's do it.
He's down there.
Yeah. Love to hang out with him.
To me, it's like, shit, let's see if he'll answer. Call Coach Burt.
Did you mean one of these? Calling now.
Does he know you?
We'll find out. He should.
Watch.
Yo,
What's going on, Coach Burt?
you ready to move to Nashville? Be my neighbor?
I might be. Hey, dude, I got a guy on my podcast right now named Nick Hyder, wife named Rhiannon the Cannon. I guarantee you, and they're from Nashville, by the way.
Okay.
I damn guarantee you, y'all go out for dinner one night and y'all be the best of friends. Oh, Natalie and Ree, Nick. I think you guys have met though. He's with USHA. He's got a big USHA office there.
Yeah. You were telling me about him. The guy's in Nashville.
He knows. So Ryan Denny is her cousin, and he was on his show that we were talking about earlier. The thing he did, the Zebras and Cheetahs or whatever it was. He was her cousin was on that show.
Ryan Denny. You know Ryan Denny?
Of course I do.
Hey,
New York life.
since you're on the podcast, because I didn't hit stop recording, Coach Burt, everybody, let's drop a few bombs for the bomb squad, Coach.
And everybody, everybody needs a good coach in life.
That's exactly.
Those that have a good coach earn 3 and 4 times the amount of money than those that don't. Right? They need a good coach, man. Because a good coach is going to have conversations with them they don't want to have. It's going to make them do some things they don't want to do. It's going to help them become something they didn't think they could become. That's why you need a coach, folks.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
There you go, buddy. All right, well, listen, Coach, he said he knows who you are, obviously, because everybody knows the Coach Burt. And I said, dude, I'm gonna call and introduce you. So I just did. Now, I got your permission to set up some sort of dinner so you and Nat can go make new buds. Dude, I can't believe you guys don't know each other now.
Correct.
Why's that?
We don't know.
You don't know everybody in Nashville?
I'll take responsibility. I should.
Hey, Coach Burt.
Yes?
I'm gonna be calling you soon. I got some good news for you.
I like hearing that. You call me anytime. You move in with me, you too.
All right, I'm gonna end this podcast and call you back.
All right, thank you.
Peace. See, I get y'all hooked up with Coach Burt.
I appreciate it, man. It's awesome.
Him and Natalie, she's just funny. Her and Melissa get along great, but Natalie gets along with everybody because they're just funny. But I would have figured you guys all hung out down there. You act pretty much similar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
And not only that, like-minded people. You guys want to reach and grow and hang around people that are reaching and growing, don't you?
Yes.
Or anybody that wants to just be a better version of themselves.
Oh, man. That's why they call her the Cannon.
Told you. They do now.
Well, folks, listen, we could have talked for another hour because I didn't even get to half their story. I apologize if I kept interrupting. People always say, Brad, let your guest talk. I'm like, listen, you're allowed to listen, okay? I'm going to interrupt when I want to because I'm having the conversation. Like, the value's for me. I'm just trying to get my answers and share the info with them. And then when they start saying, you cut him off right when he was going to say this, I'm like, sorry, something popped up in my head. So, again, if you're listening, I apologize for cutting off all the bombs, but they dropped probably 1,000 other ones in the time that we had. You got any last bombs for some folks? I'd say, listen, if you guys are listening, reach out. Where do you want them to reach out? Because I guarantee it. Now, because they have to be kind of in the Tennessee area, I know I have people that listen to this in Tennessee. I just don't know if they'll get very many because it's not worldwide.
Sure.
But tell me, how do I get a hold of you if I want an opportunity to make a couple $100,000 a year?
The easiest thing to do is just go to our website, teamhider.com, and click join the team, fill out the little form, and we'll be in touch to get that interview scheduled.
Is there a way they can put hashtag bomb squad so they get special consideration?
Absolutely. There's a free form answer question in there that they can definitely put that in there.
Just pop in bomb squad and then go to don't go to @teamhider. Go to @NickHider and @Rhiannon. And that's spelled RHIANNON.
Yeah.
Hider, HITER. Because
Yeah,
you guys are dropping bombs. You're putting out these little nuggets for people to win in life. Do you do that too, or are you just posting family pics?
I'm gonna get better. I'm working on it. This is my coming out party of
She's going to be
exposing my knowledge.
Absolutely. She is going to be.
That's funny.
When we launch a podcast later this year, she's definitely going to be a huge piece of that and featured on it. The fact that she's not heard more is everybody will be better when they get more from her.
Hey, and also if you're looking for insurance, why not contemplate U.S. Health? So how would, if someone, they don't want to freaking sell insurance, they're fine, but they need insurance, who would they call?
Team Hider. There's a form to inquire about getting health insurance.
Teamhider.com. If you're going to get some insurance, get it from these fools.
And
make sure you put bomb squad so I get some sort of kickback.
That's right.
Is it even illegal?
No, it's not. It's not.
Well,
However,
then just make sure you remember that I like Cuban cigars.
there you go. They're definitely Christmas presents and whatnot. But we would. The worst thing that can happen from talking to us is, if you got something in place already, it's the best thing you can get right now.
Folks, you heard it. Share this out. Until next time, keep it real.